Hello, my name is Kathy Kawakami, and I'm a parent educator for the Healthier Kids Foundation. Parenting is a hard job. We all need positive skills to help our children grow up strong and healthy. Children learn by watching the adults around them, so be sure you're modeling what you want for your children. Learning more about the 10 steps to a healthier you is a great place to start. We all have moments of stress when our negative emotions can take over our thoughts and actions. When children experience strong emotions, they may have a tantrum, cry, and scream. Sending a child to timeout may seem like a solution in the moment, but let's take a deeper look at this often misunderstood parenting tool. Young children are in the process of developing their self-calming and self-regulation skills. They need caring adults around them to be their guides. Punishment does not inspire children to learn these skills. When children are punitively sent to timeout, it disconnects them from the people that they need the most, their parents and their caregivers. Punishment often inspires resentment, rebellion, and often sneakiness. These bad feelings often deteriorate the relationship that you have with your children. Instead, adults can learn to model self-calming and self-regulation skills that teach children what to do. For adults, knowing when to talk and when to take a walk are important life skills. Understanding what happens in our brain and body when we feel upset can help. Let's use our hand as a model for our brain to learn what happens when we feel upset. Pretend like this area here, between your palm and your wrist, is your brainstem. All of your life body functions go through here. Messages go from your brain to your body, such as heart rate, breathing, circulation. If I fold my thumb over, this represents the limbic area deep inside your brain that houses your memories and your emotions and your fight, flight, or freeze responses. This area is sometimes referred to as your primitive brain, and as you can see, it is very close to our brainstem. When you're scared or angry, your heart beats faster and you may start breathing more heavily. All of these functions happen in the lower part of your brain. If I fold my fingers down, imagine that this part here is your cortex, the higher processing thinking part of your brain. Much of your sensory information is housed, such as sight, sound, taste, and touch, and processed through this back area here. The area right here by your fingernails represents the prefrontal cortex. This is the main switchboard of your brain. This is the area that helps you regulate your emotions, self-control, self-awareness, interpersonal relationships, response flexibility, morality. All of those skills are housed in your prefrontal cortex. Now, imagine yourself having a good day. Your brain would look like this: integrated, calm, making good decisions, and connecting well with others. But what happens when you have a bad day? Maybe somebody yells at you, you spill coffee on yourself, you get into an accident. When you get upset, you might flip your lid. No, your brain doesn't actually come apart. But using our hand model, this is what happens, is that you lose contact with your prefrontal cortex and you revert down to the lower emotional part of your brain. Often in this moment, you'll say or do something that you'll later regret. We also have something called mirror neurons. Mirror neurons are our monkey see, monkey do neurons in our brain. So when we see somebody reacting or responding in a certain way, we may do the same. So what happens when you come home and you're in a flipped lid place and your child runs up to tell you about their day? Their mirror neurons might kick in and they may flip too. And in this moment, it feels like every button you have is getting pushed and everyone is getting upset. This is the worst time to try to solve a problem. Instead, it's time to take a walk rather than talk. We could practice calming down and getting our brains back from here to here. Things like taking deep breaths, exercising, calling a friend, having a cup of tea, or taking a walk will help you to feel better so you can do better. Help your child to learn what they can do to calm down too, like taking deep breaths, hugging a stuffed animal, or, if they choose, laying down in a special cool-off zone until they feel better. When you and your child are calm again, then you can have a follow-up discussion to focus on solutions for the original upset. Everyone will be able to connect and communicate better when they are calm and using their whole brains. Regularly taking the time for self-care will help keep you regulated and calm more often. Think of the great life skills that you will be modeling for your children. Every time you work together, you will be building your relationship and keeping the lines of communication open for their future learning. To learn more healthy habits, be sure to check out the 10 Steps to a Healthier You classes from the Healthier Kids Foundation.